Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. This week is going to be all about live streaming. Of course, duh. This week is going to be about just general how to start being a live streamer and what the best practices of live streaming are. This is not going to be app focused. This is not going to be a tutorial of how to be the best streamer on Live It, how to be the best streamer on Twitch, how to be the best streamer on Hakuna, none of that. We are going to be focusing on just the general tips and tricks of best practices. How are you going to be an incredible streamer and start off your streaming career? Hello, my name is Aislinn, also known as Smilin Aislinn. I am then also known as the face of Live It, but again, today we are not going to be talking specifically about Live It. Thank you again for being here. If you haven't already, if you could please hit that subscribe button and ding dong that notification bell so that you know the next time I upload a video. And if you do find something in this video that is helpful, that you learn something, if you could hit that thumbs up, give a like rating, leave a comment. Every single engagement you leave with this video helps the video do better, which helps the channel grow, which then in turn helps me be able to give more back to you guys to help you guys become the best streamers you possibly can. I am not here to waste your time. I have timestamps down in the caption so that you can skip to exactly what you're looking for. I'm also not going to waste your time with any more ramble right now. Let's get going with the rest of the video. Okay, so you want to be a live streamer, whatever that means, whether that means you want to be gaming focused, you are looking for an outlet now that you are stuck inside during the pandemic lockdown, I don't know. Hopefully you're watching this in the future and that is a thing of the past. But if you are an artist of some kind looking for another outlet for your performances, or you are just really good in front of the camera, you want to grow a personal brand, your business, whatever it is, you want to stream. I will say this entire channel is geared more towards the non-gaming streaming, whatever streaming that is, but the non-gaming streaming. I can still provide some value to you, but just know that this is going to be more what I like to term personality live streaming instead. So let's dive in. Your first step, now that you've decided you want to be a streamer, is you have to pick your platform. What platform are you going to be on? You could be easily on Instagram, or you could be on TikTok, or you could choose something like Live It, Hakuna, Bigo, any of those other personality live streaming apps. I personally would recommend that you start out with one of those personality live streaming apps because you can be paid to live stream. The payment changes, it depends on each app, and TikTok you can also monetize, but TikTok takes a large percentage. These other apps are smaller, but they are community focused. You can grow a large following on there that can help you build your personal brand. It will be a more tight-knit community-based following, and you will be paid. You will be paid and benefit from the time that you are putting into building this platform of yours. There's a bunch of different apps out there. I will list a whole lot right here. Those are just places you can start with. I will eventually be doing a video where I go over kind of the pros and cons of all of them, but just, start out, maybe download a couple of them that look interesting and nose around, see how they are. Now that you have your platform picked out, you need to set up your account. So this is setting up your username. I always recommend to everyone, set your username to be the same thing across all platforms. Your Instagram, your TikTok, your Twitter, even your Facebook page. Like, every single thing should be the same username so that it is easy for people, for those followers of yours, to find you on all of those different platforms. Because if you make them jump through hoops, you will lose them. People don't want to jump through hoops to do this. Make it easy for them so that they can find you and follow you and support you on all of these other platforms. Also, that way you can promote your other platforms on one of them by just saying, follow me everywhere at that one username. Makes it so simple. This is good general self-marketing tips in the first place. All right, so now that you have your username, you first have to figure out how you are going to be streaming. It does depend on the platform. You can do either streaming from your cell phone, directly from your cell phone, the easiest one, or you can use OBS. OBS is going to be a lot more complicated. You do need a computer, an external camera, but it does also allow for a lot more personalization of the stream. Specifically, if you are a gaming streamer, OBS is going to be necessary. Basically, OBS stands for Open Broadcasting Software, and it basically just allows you to stream with one image of whatever your, computer screen is, with then your picture in picture. So it's the picture-in-picture format. If you've watched any streams on Twitch, any gaming streams, they're using OBS. Now, not all of these smaller personality streaming platforms will support OBS, but it's honestly not necessary. I would say that if you're just starting out and you're looking more for that personality live streaming, you're a musician, any of that, streaming from your phone is all you need and all you really should be dealing with. You could get into OBS later, but I wouldn't necessarily worry about that. Now you've picked your app, learn it. So yes, you can absolutely just start and dive in and start streaming. I would say though, poke around the app a little bit. Figure out what are the different features that it offers and learn all of those tricks that might help you. What things can you leverage on this app to help you? Hopefully you've already kind of thought about this from how you made the decision to choose that app in the first place, but just make sure that you do know it. If you are streaming on one of the platforms that I have made content on, then I can teach you about it. Links to those videos will either be up here or in the caption down below. All right, so you have chosen your platform. Set up your username, your account is ready to go. You know how you are going to be streaming. Now it is time to actually get ready for your first stream. Don't waste too much time. Don't overthink it. Poke around the app a little bit. Don't overthink when you're gonna start streaming. Just rip off the Band-Aid and do it. So when you're starting your first stream, you do want to have a decent setup, but it doesn't have to be a complicated setup. When you are just starting, the basis of what you need, the basics, the bare minimum, all you need to do is have something somewhere to set your phone up so that it is propped up, still, and stable. Whether that means you have a tripod or you have a stack of books on the shelf that you lean your phone against. Just have it still, because holding your phone, it's gonna be shaky. If you're walking around, the Wi-Fi is gonna be unstable. It's gonna start cutting in and out. People aren't gonna wanna stay for that and they're going to leave. So set it up so that your phone is propped up correctly. Then also have good lighting. Again, whether that means having equipment such as a light ring or set up in front of a window. I currently am set up in front of a window. I don't even have a light ring on right now. This is all natural light. To be honest, natural light always looks the best. So if you have a window, set your phone up on the windowsill, on the window. Boom, you're done. One other thing is to make sure that you also are in a quiet space and aren't covering the microphone on your phone so that people can hear you. They can see you and they can hear you. Those are the two most important things. Once you have that set up, you are good to go. I do have other tips and tricks on how to set up a more permanent, more comfortable live streaming setup. You can watch that video if you are curious, but just know that is not necessary to start streaming. If you do want to take some extra notes to be a little bit more successful, a little bit more prepared, do keep your background in mind. Don't have it be just a blank white wall. Maybe you can order a cheap tapestry off of the internet or set up some fairy lights. Whatever it is, have the background be a little interesting just so that when people come into your stream, when you have that split second of their attention, that the image is enticing enough that they want to stay to then see the content. With that, you could also have a second device with you that you can play music from. I always have my laptop in front of me. That way I can play some music that will fill in any of the blanks or the empty spaces within the stream where I might not be talking. It'll fill it in with some music. So then there's always something that's happening on the stream. And it makes you feel a lot more comfortable while you're there. So you are ready to stream. You also need to make sure that you have a plan for what the stream is going to be. Have some sort of content planned, whether that is a topic you're going to talk about, an activity you're going to be doing, or a challenge you are setting for the audience. One thing I would stray away from is a full 2-hour set performance. That is full 2 hours of entertainment. While that is incredibly impressive, it is honestly so much work for what's going to probably end up actually holding back the effectiveness of your stream, because these streams are so community audience engagement focused. If you aren't paying attention to how the audience is taking things and you go through your full 2 hours of a performance, that's gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of original content that you plan out ahead of time without a lot of payback. So plan something, but have it be flexible. So now you have it all set up, you are sitting down, you are ready to stream. It is now time to notify everyone that you are streaming. So post on Instagram, post on TikTok, do what you need to do. Post to those places where you know you have an audience, where you have some attention, and post there. Let your friends, family, followers all know, hey, I'm streaming on this app. Come in and join me. I'd love to see you. Now, pro tip. One thing you can do is, let's say you have a large following on Instagram or you have a large following on TikTok and you're trying to transfer that following to another platform that also has this live streaming. What you can do is go live on that app that you do have the large following on. Get the room going, it's popping off, it's super exciting, everyone's really engaged, and right at the most exciting, enticing point of the stream, cut it off. Tell them, I'm so sorry, I have to go. I'm late for this other stream I need to do over on this app. I would love to see you guys over there. So they are already really engaged. They want to continue the stream, and now you're going to be streaming on this other app. So they're just going to hop over, they're going to download it, they're going to find you and watch. Obviously not everyone, but you can get some. That way you can start your stream and it will already be kind of warmed up for you instead of starting an ice cold stream. All right, so you have announced you are ready to go. Set up the stream in app, whatever is necessary, whether that's setting a title, captions, welcome message, whatever that is, whatever the app requires, set it up and go live. Hit that live button, baby. I know it's going to be scary, especially your first time, but you just gotta rip off the Band-Aid and make it happen. Hit that live button. And congratulations, you are now live. Now, again, you're gonna wanna know what this app has to offer. If this is your first time live on this app, you might need to poke around, tap on the buttons, figure out what they all do if you haven't already watched my video teaching you about what each one does. But poke around a little bit. So now you have whatever you need set up in the stream. Once it is live, people are starting to come in. You have your plan already, so you're not surprised. You can start that in. Make sure to welcome every single person that comes into your stream. You're most likely going to see whatever app you're on, and you're gonna see their username announced, like so-and-so just entered the room. Say, thank you so much for coming in, I really appreciate you being here, or something like that, because these people are taking time out of their day to pay attention to you and give you their time. And that is such a gift. So thank them for that. Be very thankful that they are giving you this outlet to perform. With that, you should also read every single comment. Obviously, don't read the inappropriate ones. Ignore the inappropriate ones. Don't even give them the time of day. But read every single comment. Make every single person in there feel appreciated and welcomed. That also goes for whatever the currency is on the app, whatever it is that you can gift. Whenever they gift anything in stream, thank them, no matter how large or how small. Thank them for that because they are helping support you. So you're going, the stream is vibing, you're getting it rolling, people are starting to get engaged and people are starting to roll in as you're talking with them. Make sure to have a goal in mind. Normally, whatever app you're on, there's going to be a way to put a banner or a notice or something on the stream to communicate a small or larger piece of information to the audience. Utilize that to communicate your goal for the stream, because setting a goal will then communicate to the audience what that benchmark you're trying to reach is, and they will then try to help you reach that. Because if you don't have a goal set, they're not really going to be thinking about it. There isn't going to be that concrete thing to reach for. Now, once you set that concrete goal, it'll be tangible and you can actually reach it, and then there's the excitement when you reach it and they feel like they helped you out. It is a great practice to just have those goals set. And you can have multiple goals. You can have a goal for the stream, a goal for the week, a goal for the month, whatever it is. And you should also be willing to adapt the goals in the stream. Say your stream is getting really into something. Say you like let slip a piece of hot gossip or a preview of like a really juicy story, and they're like really interested by it, but you might be a little bashful. You don't necessarily want to tell the story right now. Set a goal. Say, okay, well, if we reach this goal, I'll tell you guys the story. Perfect. Now they want to reach that goal. They'll help you set that goal. And now you've got it. And now you have to tell the story. That's the other thing. If you make promises in your stream, if you're doing giveaways, whatever you say you are going to do, do. If you go back on your word, no one's ever going to help you reach a goal again because they know that you're not necessarily going to actually follow through. But that brings me into the idea of you can also have giveaways in your stream. That can be an activity to incentivize people to send coins, diamonds, beans, whatever it is, whatever the currency is on the app, gifts. It'll incentivize that, and it'll also give back to the community and show them that you really care about them being there for you. Now it is time to just get creative. See what it is that is vibing with your audience, the people who are sticking around, and really figure out what it is that gets them going and gets you excited as well. Lean into that and then start brainstorming on that. It's definitely going to be a learning experience. You're going to get better as you put more time in because you're new to this. You're just starting out. It's not going to take off right away. Think of this beginning time of starting your streaming career as a slow burn. You don't necessarily want to shoot up right away. That's going to be a flashbang and you're going to flash and then burn out. You want to have that slow burn to build that good, sustainable, quality audience that is going to continue to support you throughout your journey going into the future. When you're starting out, it is going to be important to put in a lot of hours streaming. Eventually, you can definitely cut back on that, but I would say you want to be streaming a minimum of 2 hours a day, minimum. Take a day off here and there, yes, definitely. Obviously, do not kill yourself over this. First and foremost, streaming should be fun. But if you're really trying to build a good audience, you need to be reliable for them. So try to stream at around the same time every day and then stream for at least 2 hours. But honestly, I would recommend throwing in some extra long streams in the beginning because that will be casting a wide net out across the app to help boost your stream to get higher on that like popular page, hot page, whatever it is, and have more people coming through the stream. Then once you get more of those longer streams done, then you can start cutting back to more of the 2 hour streams. I will say, even when you do cut back the number of hours you might be doing each month, each stream should still be about 2 hours because that does end up allowing enough time for most of your audience to rotate through and get a lot of content and a lot of activity happening in the stream. Obviously, you can do an hour, you can do half hour, but do what works for you. My recommendation is a 2 hour stream is a very solid stream. For example, when I first started out, my first week of streaming, I did an accidental 12-hour stream. It wasn't accidental after the first couple of hours, but I was just streaming. I was just going with it. I was having a great time interacting with the audience. People were rotating through constantly, so I was able to reuse a lot of content. And I got to a certain number of hours and I was like, well, I'm only a couple hours away from 12 hours, so I'm just gonna do it. And then that became kind of the gimmick of the stream was, hey, welcome into my 12-hour stream. So keep your eye out for those things that you can kind of latch on to make your stream stand out, and also be willing to invest that time in the very beginning. It will absolutely be worth it. It's also important to put in effort to remember your users. Those people who come back in and support you, watch your stream every single day, really put in the effort to get to know them. Remember their username, remember the pieces of their life that they tell you. And so when they come in, you be like, oh my gosh, hi, John, how was the job interview? Those moments are going to go so far in building that community, because you want your community to be very, very high quality. You are providing incredible value, friendship, and connection for these people. So remembering those details will go such a long way. All right, so now you have a couple streams under your belt. What should you be doing outside of the stream? First of all, you should absolutely be interacting with the community within the app while you aren't streaming. That means going into other people's streams and interacting with them, interacting with the users in there. Because the thing is that while you're interacting with them, it's not just going to be the streamer who is seeing you and might come in. There are going to be other users in there that as you're interacting, they're going to be like, oh, that person's cool. Mention the fact that you are also a fellow streamer, and then those users might be, oh, hey, like, that sounds cool. I'll try to stop by next time you're live. That is a great way to build that audience. Another important thing is don't focus on the revenue necessarily within the first month or first 2 months. Really focus on building your audience base. So that means encouraging people to follow. Instead of constantly asking for tips and gifts, ask for the follows. After that, then yes, you can start bringing in more coins. And yes, ask for some coins here and there in the beginning. You know, you do want to have this be worth your time, but in the beginning, you're going to want to invest in your audience growth. Now that you're streaming, you are interacting with the community, your audience is growing, you're starting to bring in some gifts. Now it is time for consistency. You have to stick with it. Streaming is not always fun. Sometimes it can be grueling. You don't necessarily want to put in the hours, but you should. Think of this like a job. It is a fun job, and it should be a job that you prefer to do, but it is still work. It is going to require dedication. So make sure that you are staying committed and you're staying consistent, and you push through those times when you are discouraged. Build a group of people who are fellow streamers who understand what you're doing, who are going through the same thing, and then you guys can all band together to boost your morale and keep yourselves going. Honestly, if you're feeling really discouraged, message me. Message me on Instagram or come into one of my streams and I will hype you up. Actually, honestly, I highly recommend just coming into one of my streams, because not only will I hype you up, but my audience will hype you up. You come in and say that you're a streamer and that you're doubting whether this is what you should be doing or not, or you're not doing as well as you want. My stream will hype you up. They will get you just as excited about streaming as when you first started. So if you need some help, I got you. That right there is the basics of how to get started streaming and how best to go about setting yourself up for success. Now, I do actually have, to help you out, a checklist in the caption, a downloadable checklist for these best practices that you can have next to you. So you're like, okay, what was it I needed to do before the stream? What did I need to have prepared? I have that checklist for you. It's free, just a downloadable. Just click the link and you can have that ready on your phone every time that you go live. And that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for staying all the way through. If you did, please hit that subscribe button and ding down the notification bell. And if there was anything in here that was helpful or educational to you, if you could please leave a like rating, I'd really appreciate it, as well as a comment. Ask your questions, I will answer. If you do want to message me with any questions or for advice or anything, you can message me on Instagram at Smilin_Aislinn. That is my main page and my messages are always open. But you can also message me on Smilin_Original, which is my live streaming focused account. That is going to be all live streaming tips, tricks, tutorials, and news and inspiration, all of it. But you can follow that if you are looking for even more constant motivational content to keep you improving to be the best streamer. So thank you so much. I will see you next week, and remember to keep smiling.